The Anon of Ancapistan, a moron, has showed up on my video titled RE Property Rights from First Principles and How to Prove Me Wrong, which is a reply to Filthy Heretics video. And in the comments section, he says, wait an effing minute. He explains how they actually tie to reality. Do you realize a contradiction is basically a liar, right? He says this. I think what he means there, if he were able to speak correctly, he would say, you do realize that a contradiction is basically a liar, right? Is that true? It seems to me that a contradiction couldn't walk around and talk and breathe and eat and go to sleep. I don't think contradictions could do that. A contradiction is basically a liar. Do you mean that a liar speaks in contradictions? Is that what you mean to say, you messy, messy thinker? So then he gives an example. I'll do X, but later I do the opposite of X, which is Y. Okay, so that's a liar. Okay? So to deny, spelled wrong, D-N-I-E, wow, what word is even spelled that way? Like, to mix up two words, there and there, when people mix up there and there, I go, but, you know, there's 4 different versions of there, so, okay, but deny, D-N-I-E, alright, I'm done. To deny the principle of non-contradiction is to prefer lies. Okay, you stupid moron, go watch my video again and see what I say about it. See if you can find, with your silly little pea brain, any place where I deny non-contradiction. I said non-contradiction is a mathematical principle. How is that to deny non-contradiction? You morons are saying non-contradiction is the essence of your philosophy or your starting axiom. Okay? It is a mathematical principle. Non-contradiction is true. It is a fact in reality. But it is a truth that we arrived at after discovering math, getting math to a quite developed state, then discovering philosophy and getting developed philosophy up to quite a developed state, and then a genius came along named Aristotle who took all this stuff and distilled it into a system called logic. And one of the things that he said in that system of logic was there should be a rule of non-contradiction. So it is a sophisticated, advanced concept, the idea of non-contradiction. You cannot start with it as the basis of your philosophy and build everything from it. If you don't follow the principle of non-contradiction, your philosophy will be utter junk, so you better follow it. But if you use it as the basis of your philosophy, you are building on something that is very highly derived and has a lot of assumptions underneath it, which you're trying to ignore, but you cannot ignore them. You cannot ignore the assumptions inside of non-contradiction. They are simply there. They are a simple fact of reality. Non-contradiction is an advanced concept with a lot of concretes underneath it that you have to understand in order to even get what non-contradiction means. And that's not going to change just because you call it an axiom. Okay? We don't take exception to non-contradiction. It's just that we understand that it comes in a hierarchy. You think you can take non-contradiction, pull it out of its context, put it on as a hat, and run around looking smart. You look like a moron. It's a dunce cap. I'm getting a little upset. I'll try to... Neighbors are probably wondering why I'm screaming. They've got their damn weed blower going. I can scream a little. All right. Okay, so to deny the principle of non-contradiction is to prefer lies. We don't deny it. Which lead to fallacies. Yeah, but we didn't deny it. Which lead to trying to remove the burden of proof. So see, now he's going do. He's just connecting a bunch of little thoughts in his head. Which leads to this, which leads to this, which leads to this. Now he's going to say which leads to being non-consistent. Oh! No, he couldn't, because that's where he started, right? That's probably where he'll end then, because they like to go in circles like that. The fallacy of fallacies is associated with it. The fallacy of fallacies. Does that mean the fallacy of committing fallacies? I'll bet that's what he means. But maybe he means the ultimate fallacy of all fallacies. I hope that's what he means. But he probably means the fallacy of committing fallacies. Would it be a fallacy to commit fallacies? What an idiot. Oh, if that ain't enough of a clue, then you're an idiot. Ant is spelled A-N-T, and your is Y-O-U-R. You're an idiot. Your is ownership, an idiot. What? You are an idiot? If you're not sure which your to use, then you should spell it out. I don't care. Everybody misuses your and their, and I'm sort of over it, but just a week, it's nice when somebody calls me a moron and there's all kinds of grammar and spelling mistakes. Just a weak-minded moron trying to look naturally wise by playing a gator in a shitty manner for an intro. Fucking sad. But maybe I'm wrong and you have the balls to admit the clear as fucking day connection to reality. Which one? I didn't see it. And to clarify, that we have to, that non-contradiction is right. And also, the first principles are observable axioms, also known as they are provable through observation. Which first principles? First principles are observable axioms, that's true, but if you're saying that the first principles that Filthy Heretic used are provable through observation, non-contradictions, okay, is it provable through observation? We got it through observation. It's demonstrated through observation. The only way it's provable through observation is through observation. Of course, everything's only provable through observation, so that's a stupid sentence. The first principles are observable axioms that are provable through observation. Being an observable axiom and being provable through observation are not equivalent. And your sentence there implies that you think that they are equivalent or implied by each other in some way. A thing which is provable through observation is any fucking fact in the universe, man. Any fact in the universe should be provable through observation. Okay? Or real facts should be provable through observation, or some formulation like that. Observable axioms is a redundancy. Okay? Axioms is observation. It's you observing. And observing means things are out there. So that sentence, you observing, or that phrase, you observing, exhausts the inventory of the axioms. You observing exhausts the inventory of the axioms. Okay? All of the axioms are in use when you observe. Okay? So, if the axioms are observable, I don't know, does that help you a little bit? Does that clarify it for you a little bit? The axioms are you observing. There, we're done with the axioms, okay? Non-contradiction does not come into that picture. Non-contradiction is something that person who's observing is going to discover later as they go through life and learn about life. Okay? Alright. This is clear to some of us. Now, those of you who say that this is not clear do look like morons, okay?